For the Trellis, Razor's Edge, NXT, Blackbaud integration, you can do everything you need to right from your Trellis dashboard. So here's your main dashboard, and on the left-hand side is integrations. Once you click integrations, what you're going to see is this box here, and all you have to do is connect Blackbaud Razor's Edge NXT. It's a simple click of a button, then you put in your username and password, and you're connected. After that, we can work on the settings, and you can do all the settings again easily from your Trellis dashboard. So we're clicking into settings, and there's some important things you need before I dive in. One, we make sure that everything that we sync into your account can be either done with auto-syncing checkouts or batch, so that you can decide if you want to review everything or to auto-sync. The second part is we never overwrite your existing data in Blackbaud. We would never do that. If there is a new constituent, we would definitely create new data. Or if we find a constituent that matches a constituent that bought a raffle ticket or maybe bought an auction item, we would take that information and we would add it to that constituent. However, we would not change any of the constituent data that is in there. We know how important that data is for you, and we want to make sure that we are only adding to that data, making it more robust, not making any changes that you wouldn't want to do. So rest assured, we've really thought to make sure this is thoughtful and you feel confident in using this integration. So once you've decided on auto-syncing or batch, we move on to the different constituent settings. Right here, you can see there's the primary match criteria. So we can have your email address, your last name. That's the two we recommend the most. We find email address is very much a unique, and you usually have that. And also last name, because of course some people have more than one email address. They might use a different email address for one thing. So that's why last name is also good. Any more than this, I mean, you can of course add any other criteria you see here. However, this is our recommendation. When they only have one of these, either last name or email, then we move on to secondary match criteria. This is where you can add new things. Again, what we found that works best is first name and street address. You can do exact match, close match, so maybe they have one character off, or even flexible match, so that if there is some more than one or two or three characters off, it'll still match. And of course, if you're unsure or our system is unsure, we do false negatives. And what that means is that if there's something that's too close, we will just create another version of that. It will be shown in our records so you can see if there's a duplicate, and then you can make those adjustments, maybe add another secondary match criteria so that you can avoid it in the future. You can easily do that with province or state, postal code, phone number, whatever you need. For the gift settings, this is the next part here. You can easily choose for the default fund you would like. So you can pick what fund, maybe it's the building fund. You can do a campaign, maybe it's the endowment campaign, and you can even pick the appeal. These are all loaded right from your RE account. Of course, you can also decide what the gift date is, checkout date, or payout. And we do a lot of things here at Trellis, from raffles to auctions, to tickets, to donations, to items. If you don't want certain things in RE, that's okay. We don't have to do that. Let's say you don't want a free purchase because they didn't spend any money. Just simply take that out. There's also many other things that we can add from an auction bidder as well. So you can decide what goes in and what doesn't go into your Razor's Edge. Lastly, you can do this on the fundraiser level, because right now the gift settings are all on the Trellis main level. But let's say you do an annual dinner and then you have another event and you want the second event to go to a different set of funds. You can easily do that by going into the fundraiser, going into the integration settings right here, and then doing the same thing. So we would override the defaults here. So let's say we did want to auto sync these checkouts maybe, and we also wanted to the free purchaser in, and the fund, instead of doing the building fund, it was a natural disaster fund. We can do that, and then we can still put it to the endowment campaign and a year-end appeal. Whatever you like, you can do that. Of course, you can always put it to different modules as well. So this is the RE integration. It is very robust. It allows you to really select exactly what you need for your fundraiser and make sure the data comes in safely and in a way that you always check and make sure that you're happy with how the data is moving over, because you know how important that is for you. So thank you so much for listening.